Hello and welcome to Play PKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm PKN's publisher, Lindy Hewson, and this week's bulletin is brought to you by KM Packaging. Well, there's a strong sustainability thread running through all the stories making headlines this week. We had in breaking news OF Packaging and Close the Loop announcing they're joining forces to form and list on the ASX the new entity called Close the Loop Group. For Close the Loop, which has existing resource collection and recycling operations in Australia, Europe and the United States, merging with flexible packaging specialist OF Packaging and its extensive business divisions in Australia and South Africa, has provided an opportunity for both companies to list on the Australian Stock Exchange by the end of this year. The merger and listing will establish Close the Loop Group as a key participant in the global circular economy, notably for flexible plastic packaging and the processing, recycling and refurbishment of consumable products such as printer cartridges. Now, Joe Foster, the Managing Director of OF Packaging, who will become the CEO of Close the Loop Group, said merging the two companies allows us to create a business suited for the circular economy and gets us closer to achieving the holy grail of recycling packaging back into packaging. That surely is the holy grail. I agree with you, Joe. Then, Licella, supported by Amcor, Coles, IQ Renew, LyondellBasell and Nestle, has released a report highlighting the potential for establishing a local circular economy for flexible plastic, using advanced recycling, which will allow soft plastic waste to be turned back into oil and then made into new food-grade packaging in Australia. The study found that using the oil created from waste plastic in the local plastic packaging supply chain will deliver a 64% CO2 reduction compared to crude oil, which is why the Licella report calls for the country to build up capabilities in this space. It identified Altona in Victoria as the location best placed for an advanced recycling facility, given the location's existing infrastructure and manufacturing capabilities, and proposed to incorporate at its core the CAT-HTR, or Catalytic Hydrothermal Reactor, which is a form of hydrothermal liquefaction technology developed by Licella. Well, in another report, Amcor this week released key findings from a new survey of 12,000 consumers across 6 countries, including Australia, which shows that 76% of participants would like to recycle more than they currently do. Consumers are also calling on both brands and governments to make changes. 83% said they want brands to make it clearer how to recycle packaging. And at the same time, 80% believe it should be the responsibility of recycling service providers, such as local governments, to improve infrastructure so that packaging can be recycled in practice. Playing a role in reducing packaging waste in Australia is Planet Protective Packaging, which has this week won a $4.8 million federal government grant to be used to establish a $9.6 million manufacturing facility to support the production of its innovative Woolpack packaging solution, which uses waste wool, by the way, as insulation material. The wool processing and R&D facility will be constructed and operational sometime in 2022 and will service emerging domestic and international opportunities. A feasibility study is underway to determine where the plant will be located. Watch this space. Woolpack is a sustainable alternative to expanded polystyrene, or EPS, for use in supply chains for the transportation of temperature-controlled food, seafood and pharmaceuticals. The project will also enable Woolpack Australia to expand into high-value vertical products, such as building insulation and cool room paneling, where EPS is still used today. And lastly, the New South Wales government has passed its Plastics and Circular Economy Act 2021, meaning single-use plastics will be phased out from June 2022 next year, starting with a ban of single-use plastic bags. Now, by 1 November next year, single-use plastic straws, cotton buds, plates, bowls, cutlery, and EPS food service items will also be banned in the state. Progress? We think so. Well, that's it from me this week, and in fact for this entire year, as the PKN Video News is now taking a break over December and January. Be sure, though, to have a look at our latest November-December issue, which is hot off the press and landing on desks this week, and it is also ready to read on our website, along with all the news, of course, that we have covered this week. Do take care over the holiday season, stay safe, and don't forget to recycle. Material recovery is where it's at right now, and every bit counts. That's it from me, Lindy Hewson, signing off.